welcome to Echoes of Ikigai. I'm your host, Elijah, where we go through the insights of creatives through their experiences. I'm here with Snoozy,
What's going down?
and your DJ, producer, artist. What else, man? What else can you say about yourself?
Entrepreneur. I'm
Entrepreneur.
a father. No, I'm just kidding. No.
Oh, man.
No, yeah, dude.
Yeah.
But yeah, bro. Creative, spiritual person. The snooze. I am the snoozy. But yeah, DJ. As of recently, more DJ than
Yeah.
engineering. Because I know when we first met, I was like heavy into that engineering, just recording hip hop.
Yeah.
You know.
Man, I don't remember. It was probably had to be like 4 or 5 years ago when we met. And yeah, that's when I met you when you were just the engineer at the Den and you were recording. I think I met you like right after you did it was either Zero or Slim Thug. You had just recorded them. Or it
It's
was like
probably
right before.
I mean, I was probably Slim. It had to have been Slim.
Yeah.
It had to have been
I
Slim.
remember, yeah, they had set up the whole boss life stuff in the Den room. Yeah, yeah.
Dude, what the fuck? This is throwback, dog.
Bro,
Damn.
yeah. Well, that was like my first introduction to the Den. I hadn't met Adam a couple times before then. I think through Heavy, he had come by So South and done some work in the studio they used to have there. And then me and him just started slowly like working together through Heavy, and then me and Adam kind of had our own thing for a while. But yeah, and then now you're just doing like, I mean, what genre is it now that you're mainly
I'm still open format, bro. So
open
there's like
format?
no genre is like safe from me. You know what I mean? So it's like whatever I'm feeling in that moment, I'm going to do. So, but at this time and age, I'm huge into Afro House. Like that's just been my uh getaway, I guess, right now because I've always loved percussion. I've always loved, even in hip hop. Like I remember when I first got into hip hop, my boy Jacob, we were sitting in high school. My dude's just he's doing some like Timberland ass beats with his hands. I'm like, bro, how the fuck, like, how are you with the pencils too? You know what I mean? I mean, he's doing real intricate, like complicated shit. And I'm just like, bro, I love that. Like, I love the drum line. I love all that stuff. And I think now I'm starting to really find pockets, or I'm in the love of the process of like I look at music creation as like a puzzle. So it's like which pieces, or like, cooking, like which ingredients work together, you know. And I think that part of like experimenting and seeing like what works is what drives me, because I don't know what's gonna work until it actually happens. Then it's like, yo, what was that? Like that pattern was fire. Like, let's expand on that. You know, and keep going from there. And Afro House is the only genre that I've felt to where like they're not afraid to experiment with like certain percussion and certain grooves and rhythms. Like with hip hop, you got the classic, like, the 808. That's always gonna change. It's always there. The 808 and chop snare. The hi hats. The hi hats. Like people love the hi hats in hip hop, right? But there's only so much you could do like with percussion. Like hip hop, you still need an artist. Whereas Afro House, the track literally speaks for itself. Like it's a journey. And I think that's what really like started making me like, you know what? I don't need anyone. Like as far as like an artist, I can literally just kind of do this myself because I have these ideas. I can reach out to people if I want. I have all these connections now in the scene because I've been engineering for years, ever since middle school, high school. But it's like I don't no longer want to be like, I want to be in the driver's seat now. You know what I mean? Like I want to be the guy that's like making even more of the calls, or even just actually creating a show. Like I think being in that, like when we first met, I was trying to soak up as much game as I can from these artists that are known in the industry, from Big J to Slim to Zero to Little Keke, like to Mr. Kane, like seeing how their process, when it comes to that moment, I was like, oh shit, you just want me to loop fucking 4 bars and you just, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Freestyle and catch that groove. I'm like, that's dope. I always thought that they already had everything written. Like, they already had I mean, don't get me wrong. There's some artists that do both.
Yeah, yeah.
Like Lil Kiki's, that dude's like, he has all his shit written. Man comes in, one take, dude done. I'm like, bro, we still got an hour left in the session, bro.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck? What? You want me to spend time mixing? Like, what the fuck? Like, add more. You know, I'm not used to that. And then you have certain artists that would come in and like, you know, I'm
They
not
gotta
trying to
hear the
name names or
beat.
whatever, but it would literally take like 30 minutes just to get them like a good 2 bars, 4 bars. And I'm like, okay, like being able to see that process, like it helped me to understand like
Your own process.
my own like sound as well. Like what do I want to do? So like going back to like no genre is safe. Like I still have an R&B project that I've been sitting on for like 3 years now. All produced. I recorded everything. Like I went through a heartbreak. You know what I mean? As anyone would. And I was like, bro, the only way I could get this out, what I'm feeling, is just making dope beats. So it has like a Bryson Tiller trap soul production, but with my H Town like singing, I guess,
Hell
because
yeah.
I love the screw sound. You know what I mean? So I love that pitched down vocal with a modern like.
Yeah. What's really interesting about what you're saying is I feel like it's so similar to most people that have transitioned from hip hop to electronic. Like almost everyone I've talked to has kind of had that similar to where it's like hip hop was just almost a little too simple, and they wanted to expand on something, and also the need of an artist and those vocals is like one just another obstacle to
Mm-hmm.
from that creation process. And it's almost like they just most some electronic artists just want to expand on that creation process and just be as creative as possible with this sound that they're making.
I think with hip hop, what helped me understand is like capturing the moment.
Mm.
Hip hop really made me understood like, okay, what we feeling at this time and specifically, because like I would produce beats like on the spot. Artists would come in and be like, we would go through beats. I'm like, bro, you want to use this YouTube beat? Like, bro, I can literally just make you something in like 30 minutes,
Yeah.
a nice little drum groove, get you feeling going, and have you record on top of that. And I think that like going through that process, I was like, bro, yeah, like I want to take this to another level. And what really helped me get there was Skrillex. Seeing this dude when he first started, he was what was it? Sonny Moore, and he's doing rock. Man, the dude's like he wasn't even in EDM, but the dude took a chance on himself. He's like, you know what? I'm tired of like doing this band stuff. They're not even clicking. We're not even on the same frequency sometimes. We're clashing heads. My label's like doesn't want me to release music. I just want to go this route and do my own thing of what I feel like I want to do. Fuck the money, fuck whatever. I just want to do what creatively my art. And I think that mindset, like seeing how he like where he's at now, I have like that mindset too towards like, bro, money is not like my ultimate goal. Like or let me not get into like money is, it's obviously cool to have it, but I want the freedom that comes with money.
For
I
sure.
don't want the money. I want what comes with it, And I feel like the only way to go that route is to know yourself. You know what I mean? If you know who you are and understand, like, okay, God put me here to do such and such at this moment, and I lead that way or follow that way. Like I've already seen examples around me that they've made it and they're doing it. So I'm like, but if I just follow essentially that same principle and just trust in myself as much as all these artists that I'm seeing around me do it. I mean, of course they got the money. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Some of these hip hop artists are trapping, bro. You know what I mean? They
Yeah,
have
yeah.
to put money back into it. So the process might be, I don't want to say quicker because they're still putting the art into
It's
it, but
different.
the marketing behind it is different. You know what I mean? And I feel like that part is like what got me to like, okay, bro, like this literally is a marathon. Like I don't expect myself to have one song and that's it. I'm done with my career. No, I want to be doing this shit till I'm 70 years old. I want to be fucking, even if I'm in a wheelchair, I want to be sitting in the computer just fucking producing, doing whatever I want. Oh shit, hey, we got a show tonight. Fucking wheel me up there, bro. Fucking out DJ. Like, I could see it happening. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, there's already people doing it. Like Carl Cox. This dude's like damn near in his mid 50, I think, and he's still doing it. So I'm like, I look at that as like, you know, growing up, people would be like, bro, age is like, you know, once you're 23,
Yeah.
20, whatever the fuck, then
It's
you might as well
fucked.
hang it up. I'm like, yeah, if I'm a fucking athlete, you know what I mean? Like, of course, I gotta hang it up. My bone, I can get hurt easily. But in the world of art, in this realm, bro, numbers is literally just that. It's just numbers. There's no like a certain requisite time that's like, yo, you have to do this at this day, at this age, or else you're done. You know, and I think seeing that part with like Two Chains and like Jay-Z and shit like that, it gives me like hope as a creative.
Yeah, or
Just
even Jelly Roll. You know, he recently just won like
beautiful.
best new artist of the year. Like
Yes,
he's like 38 or
exactly, bro.
like pushing 40. Like
Exactly. But I think it's that love for it, obviously, you know, it's like what separates us from everyone else in their professions, that when it comes to that, you know what I mean? But no, but I really feel like I love hip hop. I want to get back into it, but now I just feel like it's not my time at this moment. Like, I want to tour. I want to travel through the Afro House sound. Like, I want to go back to South Africa, bro. Like, I want to feel what I felt when I was over there. Like, that's how I got introduced to house music.
mm,
Fucking my boy JD took me to a party out in Cape Town.
oh
These,
shit.
bro, it was literally acres, like kind of like 10 acres of land at least 6 tents. I'm talking like big fucking tents. Each one of these tents, there was like 8 DJs. It's split in half. So like on one section, you got 4 DJs all on the decks. You go walk around, you go more, you have another 4 DJs doing the same thing, all deep house. Like a little bit of like, at the time, I didn't know what the fuck it was, but now recollecting, I was like, yeah, that's like Guam, or that's Three Step, or that's Afro House, like that. But at the time, I didn't know what I was hearing. You know what I mean? I was just feeling the kick and groove. And still at that time, like this is in 2015. And I didn't understand house music. I'm just hearing this. I'm like, bro, that shit's boring as fuck. That shit's simple as hell. But what got me was the chords, the feeling of house music. Look, it's literally like you get put into a trance, and like once you're in it, you can't get out. And I love that part. Like I just love how I felt like in that moment. I'm like, okay, how can I take this from what I'm feeling? There's no words playing, and I think that's what fucked me up. It's like, bro, there's no lyrics here, but yeah, I still feel this. Like I still feel like there's something talking to me,
Mm.
but it's just the chords, bro. Like it's just the leads, nothing. It's just a good groove, you know. And so having that, bringing that sound, or getting introduced to that, and now I'm looking at myself. What was it, like 6 years or whatever now later? I would have never imagined myself making Afro house music. I feel like I was that dude that was making hard trap. Like I wanted to just have
Yeah.
fun. I wanted to make the hardest headbanging shit you ever heard in your life. But I'm like, bro, there's no substance to that. You know what I mean? Like all that is just partying, party, party, which is cool. You know what I mean? Don't get me wrong. I love partying. Who doesn't fucking love party? There's a time and place for that. But there's also a time and place for like just calming yourself and just being like one of like where I'm at and just being. You know, I feel like there's only a certain amount of music genres that make me feel like, wow, bro, like I'm alive, bro. Like I'm feeling this. Like at this moment, I'm feeling like, why do I want to cry right now? You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
what, or whatever it may be. You know what I mean? Like why am I feeling these emotions? Like, and I feel like that part it's powerful, and I think that's what made me want to like really pursue it even harder. Cause like, yo, I can literally change people's feelings of how they were feeling. Cause like we all have ups and downs. You know what I mean? Like I'm not the fucking positive person every fucking day. At least I try to be. You know what I mean? Like when you see me, I'm like, yo, what the fuck? Like, what's up, bro? I try to give that energy. But shit, when I'm alone, bro, I'm like, bro, I'd rather like I'm to myself. I'm like meditate. I rarely don't, I'm an introvert, bro. So like it takes a lot of social battery for me to just like go out and talk to a random person when I can just do that through the music. So I'm like, I let the music kind of talk for me now instead of me having to like, yeah, I do this whoop de whoop. It's like I want you to know like me through the music. And I feel like that's when it comes to like live performing now, I'm able to create a show because now I'm able to, I understand the equipment, I understand what I have, I know the product that I have. So now I'm just to the point where like, okay, how can I create the best show, but still get people like feel a certain type of way? Like, yes, I want you to have fun, but at the same time, I also want you to appreciate what's around you. You know what I mean? Be thankful for like us coming together at this moment. You could be anywhere the fuck else in the world right now, but the fact that you're here through the music says a lot. So it's like we're already on the same frequency. So it's like, how can I expand on that? And the only thing that's been helping me is literally through Afro House. Like Afro House has been that my drug. Like it's been my getaway from like collaborations to like remixes. Like as of right now, like when you first met me, I was doing Snoozy.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm still doing Snoozy. Like Snoozy, Like if people ask me like who the fuck is, I'm just the open format creative person that just loves music. But my group, Dale Habibi, my buddy Yadi, so he's Syrian, so which how we got the Habibi part. And I'm Latin, so the Dale comes from the Dale. So together it's like, let's go, bro. So Habibi means like in Arabic, it's like my loving friend, like my buddy, like a good. It's in good terms, you know. It's
Mhm.
not negative anything. It's so us together. It's like, yo, we're trying to put on a show, like bring people together. Dale Habibi, like come on. Even for the women, like women, I guess it'll be Habiti, but we're not, pushing that. But I think with that sound, bro, of like I'm trying to see where we can take that because there's a gap here in Houston. And people love house music. They just don't know where to go to hear it other than Bauhaus. And Bauhaus is like a monopoly right now. Like they're taking over the house like scene. So it's like there needs I want to help facilitate like another environment or like at least another like yeah, another environment to where people can come and know like okay, when I go to see this shit, I know it's gonna be the best Afro house music I've heard. You can't go anywhere else. You have to come to this guy. You have to. Almost like on some like I hate using the word gatekeeper, but literally
No, that's
a
exact yeah.
gatekeeper. Like, but on a positive tip. Like, I don't want to stop people from not wanting to like release records with us or like you know what I mean, not opening or performing with us. It's not that. It's just like, yo, I want you to realize like we are the truth when it comes to having this sound. You need us. There's no one else in the city unless you hire someone who's from South Africa or anyone of the who truly represent Afro House to give you this show. And this day and it's a little, I mean, it's challenging, like, um, it's been a journey for sure. Like we've been holding on records for like a year, and finally those records have been released, and through different labels like Deep in Your Soul and uh, Rico Disco, and those records like it's crazy because like our first feature that we got back, he's from his name's Iraziz, and he's like the dude when it comes to like Afro house. Like he just had his vocals, bro, are just like I don't know. I can't explain it unless you hear it. Like he just has those vocals that make you stop and listen. And so when we sent him the track, we made a nice track. This dude sent us a demo like not even 24 hours the next day. Like he literally sent us like, "Hey, what do y'all think about this?" And when I'm hearing it, I don't know what he's saying. You know, we don't speak the same language, but I feel it. Like,
Yeah.
there's a part on there, like, I was literally starting to like tear up because it got to the point, like, yo, what are we doing? You know what I mean? Like, we have this record and we collabed with someone out of the States. It's a language I've never heard before, but there's a something here. Like, there's a sound here. And now, looking like a year later, seeing like it's finally released, it's out. People are like hitting us up. We're getting good feedback. Like, we've had big DJs like download the record. As far as like us them like showing like they're playing it and support it, we haven't seen that yet. But we've seen that they've downloaded the record, so it's like okay, that's cool. You know what I mean? Like we got to keep going. Like there is something there. There's proof there that this can work. It's just how can we bridge that gap, and build a community to get everyone involved into the scene. And that's at this moment, that's where it's like it's tough. Like my next goal is start throwing our own shows, like our own festivals. Like maybe it'd be like a whole weekend ordeal. We rent out acres of land, build our own. You know what I mean? But this would be like I'm talking like 4 years or something from
Yeah,
now. You know
yeah,
what I mean? But these would be like the goals that I would obviously love to introduce here to Houston because there's a gap here. You know what I mean? There is this scene here for it. So how can we capitalize before it's too late?
mhm.
And I hate that process. Like, I don't want to miss out on anything, but at the same time, it's like you gotta be on that that mindset. Cause like how do you keep your stuff fresh? You know what I mean? How you stay creative? Like what direction, where can we take this? And I think that part is what's like we're in it. You know what I mean? Like once we're in it, we can't turn back now. So it's like, okay, who can we connect with? What can we do? What venues here? And like Houston's like, what I hear about Houston's like, bro, we got the money, but we got the oil money. There's no entertainment money. You know what I mean? Like there's not like labels as like California or like promoters and shit like that, like that can actually facilitate. So I'm like, is it Austin? You know what I mean? Is Austin the move? Is Dallas the move? Like, what is it? You know what I mean? Like I don't have these answers yet. I'm trying to figure it out, but like I really feel like we can't we there is a gap here. You know what I mean? That we
Yeah,
need
no,
to expose
for
and
sure.
open up. I just don't,
Yeah.
other than just keep being consistent and releasing shit, like I don't know what, like when that'll be as far as like the next venue or like what it is. But like where my head's at was like, bro, right now I'm off of, I don't remember the last time I did an engineering session, bro. Like I can't tell you the last time I recorded anyone. It was probably the last time you see me, like 2 or 3 years ago, bro. Like, and it's not like I don't want to do it. I just feel like, bro, I've been making, like when I was engineering, I was getting like $20 like an hour. You know what I mean? The rest of it's going to the studio or whatever. But like now that I went to DJing, I'm like, bro, I'm getting like anywhere from, depending on the gig, it could be anywhere from 100 to 300 an hour. So I'm like, why? Like, what the like? What am I doing with my life? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I
Yeah.
have all this music, people telling me to DJ. Why am I not like pursuing that? And I think it was because in that time, like I was just trying to learn as much game as I can from hip hop and just around those people to see how I can apply it to now, you know what I mean, to our music. So I think, I mean, at this point, bro, I'm trying to see, my goal, bro, is obviously touring, you know what I mean? Like go traveling, but we got to start here. You know what I mean? Like a lot of people saying like, bro, you need to get the fuck out of Houston. There's nothing here for you in Houston. But I'm like, no, like I feel like you have to build something here. Like at least it doesn't have to be the biggest fucking thing, but at least start something here to where people know it, to where then you can start like taking it out of Texas, because now you have proof of like selling shows and selling tickets or whatnot. But I think on that tip, bro, it's just the Lord's gonna open the door when he wants that door to open. I think right now my part is just linking up with people like you, like-minded people who are trying to connect, who are trying to build the bridge and just bring awareness to what's out here in Houston. Cause like, bro, there's so much talent here in Houston,
Bro,
bro. It's
so
it's
much.
ridiculous how much talent there is
I mean, man,
in
you
Houston.
touched on so many different things.
I know, bro.
And no, no, I mean in a good way, in a good way. Like you touched on a lot of things that I was like, thinking of how to respond to. But one of the things that I appreciated the most is your view of music. I feel it's so similar to mine in the way that I got introduced and started like this love for the music industry and this desire to change it for the better and to build it, especially here in Houston as well. I had the same thoughts of like, like do I move? Is like I started to swear the same thing, bro. I was like, is Austin the move or like
Right.
either Austin or you just got to hit that LA or New York, and then
Exactly.
it's it's almost like a shortcut if anything.
And I
But
hate fucking shortcuts, bro.
that's how I feel about it
I,
too, man.
you know,
I'm just trying right now. I'm just trying to do the same thing you're doing, man. And I think and that's what I appreciated most about what you said, because like, man, my love of music, the ability to transcend language and just culture and have people just get together just on a vibe, on a feeling, just because this what they're fucking hearing is dope
exactly.
as fuck. So they gotta move, they gotta feel good.
And there's not that
And
much like there's not that much in the world that like has that amount of power over people other than music. And of course, y- the religious,
yeah,
going
yeah,
that
yeah.
route, you know what I mean? But as far as bringing people together, like I don't know, and it's tough, bro. Everyone's on this thing, bro. Like literally everyone is on this, to it's like people aren't even going out anymore. You know what I mean? So it's like I just started like DJing, going out like consistently, like the last past like 2 years. But what I've been hearing from other DJs is like, yo, the scene is kind of like dying out. People are rather stay at home now and watch the shit on YouTube or see a live set from their favorite artist. They can just now sit at home, you know what I mean? Put on a dope set. It's right there. You know what I mean? Their favorite artists are uploading it. So it's like, how do we bridge that gap? How do we bridge that gap to make people want to come out? You know what I mean? I don't know, like it's so confusing to me, bro. It's like because I'm not that savvy guy. I don't know shit about that. You know what I mean? But I know like there's a gap there. Again, there's another gap like on our mobile phone. Like how can we take experiences like when we're performing live, to where if people don't want to go out, they can still catch us. You know what I mean? Like via a live stream or something. But like, how the fuck do you set that up? You know what I mean? There would have to be a venue, something of sort of like this that's already programmed and set up to where like all the artist has to do is show up and we just record. It's already on a live feed. You don't have to do anything. You just do your part. You know, I feel like if a venue can do that and we can connect people off of, from all around the world, but it's just like, how do you monetize that, dude? You know,
Yeah.
I don't know. That
I
there's too
think
many thoughts when it
yeah,
comes
yeah,
to
well, I
that
think
shit, dude.
what
But
you're
I think you're
touching
onto something.
no,
I think
you're
you're onto
definitely
something.
onto something. I think you're on the part you're on the part where, you've established your sound and, you have these assets that are good and you just want to give them the best hope for success.
That's it.
And I think it's one of the most important parts about being an artist is not only the music creation process, but the the creation process of putting it out and how you're going to present it to the world. And I think that is essentially what you're talking about. And that is what you need to focus on is how am I going to present this to the world where it inhabits all these things that I want to touch on, whether it's,
That's so tough, bro.
a work of art, an entire, album or, just individual songs that are touching on different things.
I think on that part, bro, like when it comes to like the creation part, I try not to think where it's going to go. I just try to focus on how do I like can I make the best version of whatever it is I'm feeling at the moment. Then I'll worry about where it's gonna send it off to or how it's gonna get pushed out. But maybe that's why I'm fucking up. You know what I mean? Maybe that's maybe like I might need to like before I actually start creating, I actually have a vision like, all right, this is gonna go to fucking, you know what I mean, so and so or
Yeah.
whatever, or this is for an album perspective. Like I'm not just sitting here fucking around and
Or just the
creating, you know?
vision behind the song and what you want to do with it, like the
Yeah,
message you want to send. Cause bro, it's almost, and I hate to say it, it's almost more important than the creation process of the track.
facts.
And
I can agree on
just,
that.
cause I'm sure you've heard it, so some of the greatest music will have never been heard, bro. And that's just a fact.
And that shit hurts to
It,
hear,
it
bro.
sucks,
Like
bro.
that shit
It
sucks, bro.
sucks, bro. But I think you got the right attitude about it. That you see it as this thing that you're in love with and that you're passionate about and you're building.
Like,
And
bro, I had a debate with my buddy. Um, cause yeah, the other day I was going through the vault. I was like, all right, how many songs do I have that I need to be out? I seen a calculate for myself. There was 14 records. I'm like, god damn, 14 fucking records. How am I gonna push this? Like, you know what I mean? What's the again like how do I visually see like where this is going? The cover art, what's it gonna represent? How's it gonna look like? And I feel like in this day and age, that's what sucks. Like being a creative now is like you can't just be a creative. Now you have to be a videographer. Now you have to be an editor. Now you have to be a content creator. Now you have to be your own manager. You have to go and like do all these other little things that like even 10 years ago didn't have to worry about, you know? And I feel like that part is like it's a curse and a blessing because now you're having people who can put out whatever the fuck they want. And if it gets seen, it gets seen, it can land, you know what I mean? Which is awesome, but that's what's like oversaturating the music and I feel like devaluing music. There's no there's no like regulation anymore. You know, like 15, 20 years ago, people had to book studio time. They had to hire these instrumentalists, these guitar, whoever. They had to hire these people, get into the studio, mix, record. Like there was a certain person for each one of these roles. Now that the anyone who has like somewhat of an idea and has like the drive, they can use AI now. They can use, you know what I mean, to start plugging and playing into creating music. It might not be the best shit, but bro, the fact that they can do it now is it's so tough because like how do you regulate? And it's because I don't want to regulate music. I want everyone to be heard to a degree. But at the same time, it's like the charting tracks. You know what I mean? Like there was some people like, bro, they would spend years on these records. Now people are spending like weeks on these records, maybe 48 hours and just releasing this shit. You know what I mean? So it's like it's I love it. Like I said, it's cool. We're in this age towards like capitalize on it. You know, I have the same 24 hours as you. You know what I mean? Like, what can you do with this AI that I'm not thinking of, and you know, do something with it. But again, I'm in it for the long haul. You know what I mean? And I think that's what I think kind of sets me back, but then also pushes me forward, knowing like, bro, I want to make shit that's gonna be here until I'm even gone. You know what I mean? Like people will still jam this shit. Like I'm on that type of conscious, like the type of like how I'm viewed. You know what I mean? Like my image, like, and that came from the hip hop background, bro.
Yeah.
Hip hop is full of competition, ego, and that's why I left it. Bro, I was toxic.
Yeah.
It got so fucking toxic. I could hear rappers talking about they're fucking my bitch and they're smoke. You know what I mean? It's like, dude, I can't deal with that. Like, I get PTSD, just like, you know what I mean? Like, bro, don't, no. Like, what is she doing with you? You know what I mean? Like, no, it's not, you know, and even though that's just a random assault that never happens, but it's just like, bro, why are you saying this? You know what I mean? Like, why are you putting this in my head thinking that you're out here fucking my bitch? Like, bro, no, no, I get it. It's battle. Like, you know what I mean? It's rap. I get it. You know what I mean? I love the culture. I would never not like I love battle rap. Like, you know what I mean? Like that's my favorite. I love like I would be driving. I usually take like 30-minute drives to from work, right? Because I stay on Cypress and you seen this dude. It's
Yeah.
out. So bro, as I'm driving 30 minutes, I'll be putting on battle raps. I'll be listening to like fucking Bill Collector versus whoever or A War, like anyway, Charlie Clips, all these dudes. And I only listen to it because I love the art of shit talking. I love it. I love punchlines. And I think that's what I think that's why I had to take a step back from hip hop because I'm like, bro, this is like I can feel myself changing, and I'm starting to be like really like aggressive in a negative viewpoint on how I'm viewing people, thinking like, bro, you ain't shit. You know what I mean? Like I could produce a better fucking beat than you. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
why am I thinking this way? You know what I mean? Like, why am I programmed, you know what I mean, to like hate, 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 hate? You know what I mean? Like, I don't get that. Like, I'm not saying like all hip hop's like that.
Yeah.
I mean, of course, you got fucking the greats like Nas and Jay-Z and Biggie, you know, Big L. Like, they had some positive messages. But for the most part, you're going to hear some, you know what I mean? Like, ego ass, like shit that's going to make you, yeah, like, if I knew that person, he's pushing your buttons. You know what I mean? So I'm like, but I don't, like, I think that competition in me is still there, but I try to like push it down. You know what I mean? Like I try to be the most humblest person because like who am I, bro? I'm just like I'm not anyone that's like different from you. I'm just a creative at the end of the day. Like I love the art behind it and stuff, but bro, the I don't know. It was I think there was one session I had, bro. Don't get me wrong. I love the sessions because like we would smoke. You know what I mean? I'll get smoked the fuck out. But at the same time, bro, when you got a chopper, like a fucking, like these dudes had like at least an Uzi. You know what I mean? Like this, there's like three dudes. One's like a security guard. I'm like, bro, why are you here? Like, you know what I mean? We're just recording, bro. Like, why are you here? Like, I feel uncomfortable, bro. Like, why is there so many guns here? Like, you know what I mean? Like, you
Yeah.
don't like. I was like, how do you even move that way? You know what I mean? Like, I can't move that way, bro. Like, I need to move with like peace. I need to make sure like no one's looking after me and trying to knock my head off, bro. Like you know what I mean? Like I don't know. I had to take a break from that energy. You know what I mean? Because it can be um what is it? It can be tiring, bro. You know what I mean? Like, but again, I love the competition with the hip hop. I love the art behind it. It's just my soft ass, bro. It's not meant for me, bro. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like I had my time to make the beats and did my thing, but at this day and age, bro, I'm just like,
It's tough, man. I
I don't
think
know.
I had a similar realization when working with Honeycomb Brazy
Mm,
when I think I forgot why. Okay. So I think somebody shot up his grandparents' house. And what's crazy,
bro.
but they didn't shoot the grandparents, but they shot the oxygen tank because I think this was
No.
during COVID, and it fucking caused a fire and it burned his house down and killed his grandparents. And I think he was just about to get locked up or is getting locked up. And this is the time we had his records. I watched his numbers go up like 300 to 500% within days.
From
Like
that,
days.
bro.
I mean, he was at like maybe like I think 39K on Instagram, maybe like 40, and was at like 150 like the next week, bro. It was just like
That's fucking sad, dude.
I couldn't even be excited that we had a really cool project that was doing well because of that. I was just like, damn, that's so fucked up that it's
This is
like
what it
that.
took. You know what I
This is
mean?
what well not even he was kind of, it was doing well, but like it's sad that this just like, made it that much more. just this all this negativity. And you know, it was crazy, bro.
And I mean nowadays, I mean, you got these artists who are talking about my pussy this, my asshole this, like, you know what I mean? It's just like, bro, I like what the fuck? When did we get so like vulgar? Or like can we take it back to this like we're kind of subliminal about like how we're saying these messages and like what we want to do? Like, you know what I mean? Like it's like nowadays there's no filter. Like I'll DJ at this Arabic spot, right? On like the weekends and stuff. It's an Arabic spot. But I have like an 8. Sometimes I get kids, bro, like 8, whatever years old. They'll come up to me like, "Hey, can you play Sexy Red, Shake Your Dreads?" And I'm just like, "Bro, what? Like, what are you doing? Like, listening to, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It's just mind blowing. You know what I mean? Like, it's. I get it. We're here. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
there's no like turning back. We're here. But it's like I want to help, like, at least make like that type of like substance music. Like, I don't want to be a part of that no more, bro.
Mm.
You know what I mean? That doesn't represent me, or I don't even want my fam like to listen to that shit. You know what I mean? Like that's just, maybe you can listen to the beat. You know what I mean? Check out the beat. You know what I mean? But you can't listen to the beat with the lyrics saying all that type of shit, bro. You know what I mean? Like I don't know, bro. That's just, I don't know. Like I can't, like I fuck with it. You know what I mean? It's a time and place for it. But I my time, I have no place for it anymore, bro.
Yeah,
You
well,
know?
I think it's I don't know, man. I think it's just one of those freedom of expression things.
Of
Like
course.
it's you know, to each their own. I enjoy most of it, bro. For the mainly the beat, bro. I'm not like singing along with it, but
Oh man, shaking it
no,
all
in fact,
day.
but I just appreciate, bro. It's you know, like so many more women are fucking like number one hits, bro. Like drop like Sexy Red going crazy right now, bro.
Mm,
And you know, for regardless of what she's saying, I love to
exactly.
see it.
I
I really do love to see it.
I can't hate on it. I
Bro,
can't hate.
Glorilla might be like one of my favorite
Oh
artists right now.
really? You feel
Well, just bro, just like whoever is choosing her beats, bro, like it
She's got
sounds
a nice
simple,
sound
but
selection.
like, bro,
Yeah.
her sound is fucking
Yeah.
fire,
She's
bro.
consistent, bro. I will agree
Like
on that.
it's fucking fire, bro. Like if I'm trying to like really like you know get lit or something, like
All right, I gotta ask you this though. Drake. Oh, let me take that back. Lil Wayne or Kendrick? Because you know they've been. I
so
don't know if you've been keeping a little bit on that one,
yeah,
but
yeah,
they've
no,
been.
it's tough. I don't know. I would say I'm definitely biased on this because I was never really a Lil Wayne fan.
I get
Never,
that.
bro.
I get. It. I
But
get it.
I would have to choose Kendrick, bro. But I don't know. This whole beef that's going on is crazy. I think this lawsuit that
With
Drake has
UMG,
against UMG,
bro. Okay.
I think it's gonna blow open a whole lot of shit,
Like
bro.
in a good or bad way. Like, how do you
Both,
see
bro.
this?
I think it's gonna change the industry for the better,
Okay.
but I think it's gonna look bad on a lot of it really is supposed to make UMG look bad, and they should look bad for some of the things, if they're true.
Okay.
But
I don't know much
but
about this
I feel like
topic.
if it goes past like you know and like these things get exposed, I feel like a lot of these artists are gonna take the blame. But he's essentially suing for like fraud, them like you know payola, just paying to get playlisted and manipulating streams and
Okay. Okay. So that's what it's. Okay. Because
yeah,
I was hearing two different things. Like
like
it's
the
a one.
defamation.
Yes, it's a
I heard
defamation
about
of
that
his
too.
name, and that the fact that they're both
And
signed
it
to the
might be
same
part
label.
of it, but the thing is what they want to do. It's like I forgot what it's called. It's not technically a lawsuit yet. It's a before that. It's the process before that, and essentially they just want to get all of the documents and all of the data.
All the proof essentially,
Yeah,
just to just fucking
and
rain
so
on.
that's what this is gonna unlock.
I mean, this dude Drake's been hitting on like he wants 200 million in like whatever percentage of the company. You know what I mean? He said that
They
in
might give
one
it
of
to him,
those.
man. If all this
If he
stuff is
has,
true,
yeah,
if all
yeah.
this stuff is true, like I said, I don't know. I mean, if it's all not true, then you know, UMG's good. The people that own like 90% of the market are good, I guess.
What good do you see this going though? Like
I don't know.
how
You
do you
know, they
see it being?
also own part of Spotify, so it's
Oh
right.
shit,
Yeah,
that's bad on
and there's some,
Spotify, bro.
I worked for a subsidiary of Universal Music
Okay,
Group technically, and there are some things that I
can't
definitely can't
disclose.
talk about
Okay, okay,
regarding the
nah,
relationship between UMG and Spotify. That's pretty fucking insane, bro.
that's huge, bro. Because I think that
And I
was
think
one
it's
of.
like most big labels have like certain relationships with these
But
platforms, and it's kind of crazy.
but see, here's my issue though. I don't, or not really an issue. I don't have an issue with like people putting money into songs. to market songs. I don't have an issue with pushing that. Like, you know what I mean? I don't have it like I don't see that as like a negative thing. Like I understand people want their music heard organically, but in this day you got to pay to play. You know, you got to respect that. You got to respect that
But I think
principle.
it's because they set that tone though, right?
Oh, you
Like
think that? Oh, and they
like
have that budget to
yeah,
essentially
I mean, you
push.
can pay to be on
Okay,
radio if you want,
you just
bro.
fucking
Like you just got to know the right people.
you just shut
But
me the fuck
it's,
up.
like the labels are going to do that shit regardless if they got to pay or not,
Nah, exactly. That's
And,
true.
it's, and not just labels like, independent artists and other companies like it's just like a natural occurrence
I
within
didn't
the
even
industry.
I didn't even think about that because my mind was on the part where it's like, okay, I was looking at it as like Jake's point of view, right? Like they're both Kendrick and apparently Kendrick and Jake are both signed to UMG. They're under the same label
Yeah, probably like under some sort of
clause
yeah,
or whatever, right?
subsidiary or something. Yeah.
Exactly. And so Jake's part was like, bro, how the fuck are you gonna allow this dude to defamate my name like this when y'all heard the record? Posted it 35 minutes after my rec. You know what I mean? Like it looks bad on that part. You know what I mean? Like I can get where he's like why he would go at that angle, you know? But I don't like the people saying like, "Oh, he's a bitch for like suing." It's like, "Bro, don't you remember fucking 50 and Ja Rule? 50 sued Ja Rule. Eminem and what's his name? Not Bism. What the Benzino or whatever.
Oh
M
yeah,
suit,
Benzino.
M suit, bro. They all been sued. It's just now we're in this day and age where everything's to our light. We can see like
Yeah.
everything's visible to us now. Almost like anyone could be a snitch. You know what I mean? There's fucking cameras on eye rings. You know, you can't even walk through your neighborhood without someone peeping. You know what I mean? Or at least being able to like, hey, this dude's doing this. You know what I mean? Like everyone can essentially be a snitch. You know what I mean? So like everything is like exposed. It's not necessarily a bad thing. I'm saying like a snitch and like a bad thing, but everything is like being able to like be seen now. There's no like you think about Diddy and his parties. You know, back in the '90s, what the
I
fuck
don't
he was
think
doing.
about that, but yeah, no, I
Bro,
get
there
what
was
you're
no
saying.
cameras. I guarantee he had no like he was there at 8. What I'm trying to say is like they had more leniency to like get away with shit than they do now. Like now you can't get away with like whatever the fuck they got going on. Like there's too many sources, bro. There's too many things. And that's what gets me about aliens. Like how the fuck do we not prove fucking like how
Oh
the
no,
fuck people
it's
are
too.
like not like we could I don't know.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
it.
Nah,
Yeah, that's it.
another
That's
conversation.
a
But what you were
conversation.
saying about, I think what really is interesting, if on the defamation part, I think if I'm not a pedophile, I'm not a pedophile, but if I'm also not a pedophile,
Put that on the
yeah,
record now,
cut
bro.
that out. Yeah, but I'm just saying, like if he is, then like obviously it has no grounds. But like calling bro a pedophile and getting labeled as a pedophile, I'm fucking suing if I got the
That's
bread.
what I'm
If yeah,
saying.
like
That's
punk
what
if
the
I'm
fuck.
not, bro.
Yes.
Like
No,
so
seriously.
if there's no grounds for that, bro, and he's also got bread, like I can understand that part just to
Yeah.
clear your name or something. Like
Exactly, bro. Like I 100% with it, bro. And the fact that I don't know, the other part he's talking about his daughter. Apparently, he didn't even have a daughter, so he literally just made a whole fake verse about me having a daughter, which I don't know how true that is. Maybe
yeah,
he
that was
does have a
crazy.
daughter. I don't fucking know, but I can see why. Like, yeah, bro. Like that's why I'm. There's the little thing. There's other little things why I'm not just suing you for this because of this. Like I get it, but I don't
Mhm.
like the fact like if like people always jump the fence on that. You know what I mean? Like because I feel like if it was the other way around, if Kendrick was suing, they'll be like, oh well, it's cool to do that. You know what I mean? Like it's
Yeah,
fucking Kendrick. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. With that part
it's
perspective of
tough.
it, it's
Yeah,
exactly.
I do also want to say I really fucking love what Kendrick's doing
Oh,
though. I think it's
absolutely.
fucking amazing, especially just like with the whole
Chess pieces on
West
point.
Coast culture, bro.
Yes,
Like
yes.
he's really bringing like the Latins and the blacks together right now, bro.
It's yeah,
And
it's crazy to see like
it's
the
amazing,
movement, especially his fucking Twitter, like his ex. You know what I mean? Just seeing the posts, like he's had a crazy run. Like
bro.
his only like this year, he's only done like what 5 posts, and they've all been like back to back to back, like just fucking shots after shot. It's like good shit. It's like he's not saying anything in between. The dude goes ghost like after he puts shit out. It's like bro, how did like yeah, his I love how he's moving, bro. Let me just
Yeah,
say that. I love how he's doing, and the way he's going about it. And
he's probably got the best example, to me of like having that like balance between being an, a top level A-list artist and also having like your own life and like being able to separate yourself from the media 'Cause you don't see
Other
shit
balance.
about him when he's not dropping, bro.
Yeah, exactly. You don't even hear anything. It's like, bro, I don't know how he does it. You know what I mean? I feel like there's some things that would make you want to post shit. But yeah, this dude has like I guess the utmost patience, or this dude is just yeah, he's just built different, bro. You know what I mean? Because like I don't understand how you would not want to post some things like just in general, like you know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
even just little thing on your story, whether you're working out, like
Yeah,
he just goes
I mean, his
like you know what I
everyday
mean?
life is probably fucking insane,
You
bro.
know, like
Like, just regular shit he does.
you know, so it's like yeah, he's definitely up there, bro. I don't. I just hate to see that it's. I hate to see J Cole do it, you know, the way he kind of backed out on it too, because it's like, bro, you can't.
What disappointed me the most about that is him talking about, like, wanting to, like, take the album down, where, he was like
Oh, really?
yeah, yeah, and I was
I
just
didn't even
like
see that
I just
shit.
felt like maybe he didn't put as much energy or effort into the album because like, oh, he just didn't seem like the artist to even put anything out that he didn't want out in general.
I get that.
And, yeah, that was my only disappointment and all that. I kinda understood. He bro is not trying to
Not kind of catch that
not that he
smoke. Yeah.
couldn't, but just maybe he didn't even wanna, like, give into that energy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's a mental taxing. Fuck, I can only imagine like
Yeah, and I mean, the hate
mentally
that you'll get
where.
from random people, like, yeah,
Yes, the
I'm sure,
DMs like.
at that level, you already get enough, like, or a certain amount, I'm sure,
Oh
so,
yeah,
um,
definitely.
it's crazy, but another thing that I noticed, what actually was most significant when I met you was how fucking fast you work, bro. You're probably like the fastest producer I've ever seen, like
Bro,
in the studio,
thank you, bro.
and it's pretty insane, bro.
I
Like,
don't. I don't know what to say to that other than thank you because it's like I look at it as a normal thing. It's almost like, um, I'm just a fucking bee making honey, and you know what I mean. That's it. It just looks like something that's just normal. Like, but the only thing that got me like I guess just to move is just like, dude, what helps me with the production is like a good tip is just searching Command F, like in Ableton, Command F. The first thing I'm thinking of, type it in, whatever it may be, even if it's a random word, Africa. I'll type it in. Whatever pops up, I have a huge sample library. You've seen it. Fucking
mhm.
fat fucking just sounds that I've downloaded for years or even just handed over from homies. So it's like I don't know, I don't even know what the fuck I have in my hard drive of sounds. That's why I'm searching and just trying to find shit. But I can't even tell you, but I get that a lot. They're like, bro, I've never seen someone like move so quick like that before. And I've heard that from people who like been in LA and worked with Grammy fucking like engineers and producers. And so I'm like, damn, am I really that like that good with it? You know what I mean? Like I said, it's hard for me to like take myself out of that seat because it's like to me it's a normal thing. Like I'm just making honey, bro. Like I'm just the bee out
Yeah,
here making honey. Like you know what I mean? I don't look at it as like wow, bro. Like that's fucking. You know what I mean? Like I get it, but I don't know. Like I never know how to
yeah.
how to
No,
take that compliment,
I've
bro.
always just like taken note because that's always been my favorite process. Anytime I've been in the studio, is just seeing the engineer kind of position and arrange everything, and mess with some of the plugins. It's just I don't know what's going on, but I'm like, yo, it's
I
fucking
get it.
dope. Yeah, and I'm
Yeah.
just like,
Is that something like you think people would want to see more of? Like, cause like especially on like
yes.
TikTok and shit. You know what I mean?
I
Like,
think they definitely wanna see more of it. I think people are doing a lot of it, and that is doing well. I think you just kinda gotta find your route in it, you know?
yeah,
It's tough because sometimes the creation process could be long, but what's so cool is you work so fast that you could do like a time lapse where it's, like, faster
that's what I'm thinking.
and, yeah, I think that would do well, but you would just have to figure out a way to really present it, the same way, and don't put too much thought in it because especially with like reels or TikToks or anything, it's definitely more quantity over quality in the beginning.
And you know me, bro. Like I can literally sit for like 4 hours, and if I wanted to, probably make out of those 4 hours. If I'm making like just 1 minute demos or whatever, just real quick, I could probably make like three. And out of those three, one of them's gonna be dope. You know what I mean? So I'm
Yeah,
like, bro,
yeah,
how do we record or having the equipment to record that? It doesn't have to be a whole 4 hour session, but even just like a 30-minute session, and like you said, speed ramp it. Like after that session's done, like I already have them intentions. Like, yo, I'm just gonna make a dope fucking groove and a basic ass bass line with like a basic melody. Here's what we got in like 30 minutes. Shorten that to like a 2 minute video. Ah, fuck, I don't know. That's hard to think of, you know what I mean? Because it'll be so quick. But that is where my head's at. It's like content wise. It's like, what are ways to like help make more content that are also like in this somewhat degree like teaching or at least helping people like, oh, that's how he did this, or that's how he's moving, you know? Like I know there's value there. It's just a whole lot of work that goes into it that my brain just doesn't know how to, like you said, there has to be a formula on how that goes about like recording it, editing it, getting it done on time. Like, you know what I mean? Like making it all like a quick process. I just don't know what that formula is yet.
You just gotta put an idea together and then just really put that once you know, get the idea put together, just start recording, finish it, and get it ready to post. Kind of figure out how long it took you, and just repeat the process with the next idea. You know,
Kind of start
it's
engaging.
just a like a consistency thing. I would
Yeah.
say, you know,
Yeah.
especially with that, you want to be like, you know, like when I had a conversation with one of their reps, they said they want like 7 to 9 posts a week on TikTok.
Holy fuck.
Yeah, and that's to keep up with the algorithm.
7 to 9
7 to
posts.
9, bro. That was like
That's like
at
a post
least.
every day. Like legit.
Yeah. I mean, I
That's
don't know, and I
insane. Does
see.
that include like pictures? Like if it's just a
Bro,
picture, it's like what is it?
you just gotta be creative with it. You know, I was thinking the same thing because I'm about to get in the same process with the podcast, bro. So I'm like researching other podcasts, seeing what they're doing, and most of them are posting like anywhere from like 5 to 10 videos of each like of clips of each podcast like per day.
Oh. So they would take like something like of this nature and make like maybe 15-second clips?
Probably longer than that, like maybe like less than a minute or maybe a minute and a half. It just depends on, you know, like what type of podcast it is, like the comedy stuff, like obviously till the joke or the skit ends, and then like, you know, other stuff that obviously like when the argument or like that point of topic
Point.
ends.
Yeah.
But yeah, bro, I think you just really need to check it out. Look at some artists that
Kind
you
of already
like, or
doing that. Yeah.
you eventually want to be where they're at, or like you like what they're doing, and just imitate, bro, at first. I think that's like one of the best processes. Is just kind of like
Reverse
yeah,
engineering, bro.
reverse engineer it, imitate it, and then you'll find your own process along the way, and you'll be like, okay, I like this, and there'll be certain trends where you can hop on and like find an interesting way to do it, because like a lot of people think like a lot of that trend shit is like it's not cool, or it like diminishes, you know, your overall like brand. But I think it's
I get
about
that.
finding interesting ways to be involved in that,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
and it'll just reinforce your brand, because
You're absolutely
people
right,
like,
man.
you know, that are watching the trend, and then people that are watching you kind of have this correlation where it's like, okay, you got to have a deeper understanding of your brand to really get what you're presenting. And sometimes that can get, and most of the time that can get people really excited about this thing, and just
I
get
th-
involved.
you hit it on the nail, bro. I think just like starting and just like reverse engineering like the ideas that I've already see kind of work and just doing it our own, you know, kind of like our own way, even if it's a different angle. That I think just that part period, just starting. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And I think that's my issue is like I don't start. You know what I mean? I would have these ideas and then it comes to like when it comes to filming and setting it up, I just don't do it. You know,
Mhm.
I'd rather just like, man, fuck that, dude. I just want to get whatever I have in my head out right now. Like I don't want to worry about like recording my screen and getting Ableton shot and having the video. You know what I mean? Like it'll definitely have to be something that's like scheduled. So it's like okay, maybe like something like this. Okay, every Tuesday we're doing swoop de whoop from this time to this time, and then that way the rest of the week we can edit and do whatever. You know what I mean? And kind of go that route. But yeah, there's formulas, bro. I know there's formulas out there. It's
Yeah,
just
just
cracking
it's
that
just
code.
about figuring it out, man. Do you got anything you would want to say to like people who are trying to kind of do something similar, or just get in the industry in general?
Uh, In general, bro, I would say always surround yourself with people who have like-minded goals and want to actually do something with their fucking life, bro.
Yeah.
Because it can be easily, you can get easily sidetracked. I've always loved seeing those photos where it's like a old ass Lamborghini and it's just sitting in the garage, it's all dusty. And they say just because like you fit in or just because that's your spot doesn't mean that you fit in. Like you need to go out, you need to fucking do your thing. You know what I mean? It's literally the same principle. It's like because that's literally why I'm here right now. It's like I surrounded myself with people who have like minded goals. We want to travel. We want to make this music. especially with Afro House now and just music in general. And I think allowing yourself to be judge free in the creation process and just experiment, give yourself like a sound design day to it's like, okay, maybe on Sundays, this is what I do. Maybe on Sundays are my dirtbag Sundays. So I don't do shit other than what the fuck I want to do. I'm a complete dirtbag. I don't take, if I have to work, okay, fuck it. The money's there, I do it. But if I try not to work that day, my only purpose is to do nothing other than eat, smoke, and get creative. Like just create whatever the fuck I want. That way the sounds I create that day can be used for the next week or month for those records. And I feel like that's what's helped me find my sound and at least grooves. So I would say that would be the first thing. Allowing yourself to just take time, be judge free, and experiment. Create. See what lands. See what sticks. Like I look at it as like a puzzle, bro. Like each when it comes to music, it's like what pieces work the best, like what fits together. And you would start like as you're doing that, you have your sound. You would find your sound. You see like, okay, I like using this percussion, this tom hit, or like this whatever like way it's sitting in this groove. I think people would like get familiar with my sound because I'm always doing this, or like maybe a melody or a verse trick or something, maybe an EQ processing effect that you do. But allowing yourself to get into that mindset and to just be creative with it, bro, like I think that's the ultimate key. It's like
Oh
just
yeah.
allow yourself to be judge free. Fuck the being, don't beat yourself up. Beat yourself up. Yeah, I mean, no, don't like. Of course, we all beat ourselves up, but like, allow yourself to just be like, all right, bro,
Take it easy
shut the fuck
sometimes.
up.
Yeah.
Exactly. Let me just create. Let me just see what lands. What lands, and like with that, bro, you never know, bro. Like beautiful things come out of that, bro. That's all I can say, bro.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, that's kind of.
Yeah.
I think that's some best advice I can give right there, dude.
Hell yeah. Well, shout out to Snoozy.
Hey.
SNZZZY.
Yep.
Check him out on Instagram, all
Yep.
platforms. Dale Habibi.
Yep. Dale
Shout out
Habibi.
to Snoozy Yeti.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's it.
Man, thank you
Thank you
for
for tuning in.
thank you
Thank you
for
for coming.
no, thank you, bro, for the invitation and bro, until next time, bro.
Yeah, next time for sure.
That was dope.